Good morning, all of you. Today we
Good morning,
discuss
sir.
about unit cycloconverter, in which we are going to study about the step-up cycloconverter, including center step-up cycloconverter and single-phase bridge type step-up cycloconverter. Okay, so today's outline is introduction about the step-up cycloconverter. Then we will discuss center tapped cycloconverter with output frequency F0 is equal to 4 Fi. Then we'll discuss single phase bridge type cycloconverter with output frequency F0 is equal to 4 Fi. And last we discuss the application of cycloconverter. So these are the contents of today's lecture. So step up cycloconverter, we already discussed this, but once again we brief it. The cycloconverter in which the output frequency is greater than the input frequency is known as a step up cycloconverter. Okay, you already studied the transformer. Okay, so in transformer we have a step up transformer. So in step up transformer, the secondary voltage is higher than the primary voltage. Okay, so likewise here in step up cycloconverter, the output frequency of the cycloconverter is higher than the input frequency. Okay, so if we assume that the output frequency is f0 and input frequency is fi, then the f0 is greater than fi. So the converter cycloconverter in which output frequency is greater than the input frequency is known as a step up cycloconverter. Here we will discuss two type of step up cycloconverter. First one is the center tapped type step up cycloconverter, and second one is the single phase bridge type step up cycloconverter. Okay, so first of all we'll discuss the center tapped type cycloconverter with output frequency is equal to 4 Fi. Okay, in previous lecture we studied about the center tap transformer as well as single phase bridge type cycloconverter, but they were the step down cycloconverter. Okay, today we are going to discuss about the step up cycloconverter. Okay, so the same circuit of center tap transformer type cycloconverter. Okay, this is the center tap transformer type TP1, TN1, TP2, TN2 are the four thyristors used in this circuit. So TP1 and TN1 are connected in anti-parallel. TP2 and TN2 are connected in anti-parallel. Okay, so TP1 and TP2 are the positive converter thyristor. TN1 and TN2 are the negative converter thyristor. Here the load is connected, that is the RLC, but if in this load L is equal to 0, C is equal to 0, so it becomes the R load. So here we assume that it is the R load connected. Okay, so now we assume that the supply is given to the center tap type cycloconverter. So what happens at that time? Okay, so here we assume that as soon as the supply is given, so we are getting, this is the input waveform. Okay, so during the first half cycle, so this is the first half cycle, look at this waveform, this is the first half cycle and this half cycle is the positive half cycle for us. Okay, so during positive half cycle the terminal A becomes positive and terminal B becomes negative with respect to this O terminal. Okay, so A is positive, that means the anode of TP1 is connected to positive and cathode of TN1 is connected to positive. So as the anode of TP1 is connected to positive, that means there is a possibility of firing this TP1 or possibility of becoming forward biased of this TP1, whereas TN1 becomes reverse biased because cathode is connected to positive. Okay, likewise here B is negative, that means the anode of TP2 is connected to negative, so it will become reverse biased, and TN2 is connected to cathode of TN2 is connected to negative, so there is a possibility of becoming forward bias of this TN2. Okay, so during positive half cycle TP1 and TN2 should be forward biased. Okay, So we have a two thyristor which will become forward bias, that is the TP1 and TN2 during the first half cycle, that is the positive half cycle. Okay, so here we are giving only triggering pulse to TP1. Okay, we have a TP1 and TN2. ये दोनों thyristor क्या है, forward bias हो सकते हैं according to the polarity of connection. Okay, but we are giving only triggering pulse to TP1 thyristor at zero instant, that means here. Okay, so at the starting of the positive half cycle, so we are giving triggering pulse to TP1 thyristor at zero instant or at the starting of the positive half cycle. Okay, so at that time when TP1 is triggered, at that time what is the path of current flowing through the load? Okay, so the path of current is A to TP1, TP1 to P, P to load, load to O and O to A. That means current is flowing from P to O through the load. Okay, load में से जो करंट फ्लो हो रहा है वो कौन सी डायरेक्शन में हो रहा है? P to O, and this is the positive current we assumed. Okay, so the current is flowing from P to O through the load, so this is the positive current. Okay, so we are getting the output, that is when P1 is triggered at that time up to T1 time duration. Okay, so 0 to T1 time duration, the TP1 thyristor remains on condition. Okay, and in this direction the current is flowing, and here the output is the positive. Now at this T1 instant, TP1 thyristor becomes off by forced commutation. We are making TP1, we are making this TP1 off forcefully. Okay, so what happens? This at this instant TP1 becomes off. Okay, so the output becomes 0. Okay, so this is the waveform when TP1 remains on from 0 to T1 time. So at this T1 instant the output becomes 0. Now at the same instant we are making TN2 on. At the same instant, at T1 instant, as soon as the TP1 becomes off, TN2 is triggered. Okay, so at T1 instant TN2 thyristor becomes on. Okay, so as the TN2 becomes on, current is flowing. Okay, so TN2, that means current is flowing from O to load, load to P, P to TN2, TN2 to B, and B to O. Okay, so here the direction of current flowing through the load is from O to P, and it is the negative direction or opposite of the previous one. So previous one direction is positive, so this direction of current is negative. So we are getting the negative output when TN2 is triggered. Okay, so during the time duration T1 to T2, so this time duration TN2 thyristor remains on, and at T2 instant we are making TN2 off forcefully. Okay, so T2 टाइम पे क्या करेंगे हम? TN2 को हम forcefully off कर देंगे, और at the same time once again we are making TP1 thyristor on by giving triggering pulse. Okay, so once again we are making TP1 on by triggering it. Okay, so once again the current path is A to TP1, TP1 to P, P to load, load to O, and O to A. That means once again the current is flowing from P to O, that is the positive current. So we are getting the positive current during the time duration T2 to T3. Okay, so during time duration T2 to T3, TP1 remains on, and at the instant of T3 we are making this TP1 off forcefully, and at the same time of T3, at the same instant of T3 we are once again triggering this TN2 thyristor. Okay, so TP1 becomes off forcefully, and at the same time TN2 becomes on by giving triggering pulse. So once again the current flows from O to load, load to P, P to TN2, TN2 to B, and B to O. So here current is flowing from O to P through the load. Okay, so load में से जो करंट फ्लो हो रहा है वो कौन से डायरेक्शन में हो रहा है, O2P, that means it is the negative direction. Okay, so we are getting the negative output. Okay, so time duration T3 to the end of positive half cycle, this time duration. During this time duration TP2 remains on and we are getting the negative output, and at the end of this positive half cycle we are making TN2 thyristor off. Okay, so this is the first half cycle, that is the positive half cycle. Okay, now we'll discuss the second half cycle. Okay, second half cycle, that is the negative half cycle for us. Okay, so during negative half cycle terminal B becomes positive and terminal A becomes negative with respect to this O terminal. Okay, so we are discussing about the second half cycle, and second half cycle is this, and this is the negative half cycle for us. In a negative half cycle or during negative half cycle terminal B is positive and terminal A is negative with respect to this O terminal. Okay, so B is positive, that means there is a possibility to become forward biased of this TP2. Okay, and here A is negative, that means there is a possibility of TN1 to be forward biased, and remaining TP1 and TN2 are in a reverse biased. Okay, so here TP2 and TN1 to be forward biased. Okay, so first of all at the starting of this negative half cycle, at this instant, okay, at the starting of this negative half cycle we are giving triggering pulse to TP2. Okay, so we are giving triggering pulse to this TP2 thyristor. So this TP2 becomes on and current is flowing through the path B to TP2, TP2 to P, P to load, load to O, and O to B. That means the direction of current flowing through the load is from P to O, and direction P to O is the positive direction. So we are getting the positive output. Look at this waveform, we are getting the positive output. Now, so at the starting of this negative half cycle and up to T4, TP2 thyristor remains on and we are getting the positive output. Now at the instant of T4 we are making TP2 off by force commutation. Okay, so at this instant, at T4 instant we are making this TP2 off, and at the same instant we are giving triggering pulse to this, we are giving triggering pulse to this TN1. Okay, so now TN1 becomes on, so the current is flowing from O to load, load to P, P to TN1, and TN1 to A, and A to O. So current is flowing from O to P through the load. Okay, so load में से जो current flow हो रहा है वो कौन सी direction में हो रहा है, O to P. That means it is a negative direction. So we are getting a negative output. Look at this waveform. Here we are getting the negative output during time T4 to T5. So during T4 to T5 we are getting the negative output, and TN1 thyristor remains on. Now at the instant of T5, at instant of T5 we are making TN1 off by force commutation. Okay, so TN1 becomes off, and at the same instant of T5 we are giving triggering pulse to TP2 thyristor. Okay, so this TP2 thyristor becomes on, so current is flowing from B to TP2, TP2 to P, P to load, load to O, and O to B. Okay, so current is flowing from P to O, and P to O is the positive direction. So we are getting the positive output. Okay, so time duration T5 to T6 in this waveform, time duration T5 to T6, TP2 thyristor remains on, and we are getting positive output. Now once again at the instant of T6, we are making this TP2 off by force commutation. Okay, and at the same instant we are giving triggering pulse to TN1 thyristor. Okay, so this TN1 thyristor becomes on. So current is flowing through the O to load, load to P, P to TN1, TN1 to A, and A to O. So in this condition, लोड में से जो करंट फ्लो हो रहा है वो O2P डायरेक्शन में हो रहा है. दैट मींस इट इज अ नेगेटिव डायरेक्शन, सो वी आर गेटिंग द नेगेटिव आउटपुट. ओके, सो from time duration T6 to end of negative half cycle, TN1 thyristor remains on, and we are getting the negative output. Now this is the third half cycle. So at the end of this negative half cycle, TN1 becomes off by force commutation, and once again the positive half cycle comes. Okay, so positive half cycle comes, that means the cycle continues. Okay, so repetition continues, that positive half cycle, negative half cycle, positive half cycle, and negative half cycle. So in each half cycle, this is the positive half cycle of input waveform. Okay, and this is the, here we are getting positive output, negative output, positive output, negative output. Okay, so here we assume that the frequency of input waveform is Fi. Then the frequency of output waveform for is F0 is equal to 4Fi. That means यहाँ पे जो आउटपुट वेवफॉर्म की फ्रीक्वेंसी है वो इनपुट वेवफॉर्म की फ्रीक्वेंसी से 4 गुना ज्यादा है. इट इज 4 टाइम्स ऑफ इनपुट वेवफॉर्म. ओके, सो आवर आउटपुट फ्रीक्वेंसी F0 is equal to 4 टाइम Fi. Okay, so if input frequency we assume the 50 hertz. Okay, so input frequency we assume the 50 hertz, then the output frequency becomes F0 is equal to 4 multiplied by 50, that is the 200 hertz. So the output frequency of waveform is 200 hertz. Okay, now from this waveform it is seen that the output voltage frequency is 4 times, that is the input voltage. Okay, and if we want to change the output voltage, then we have to change the firing angle of the thyristor. Okay, this is the change in frequency from input to output. Okay, so frequency is changed, but if we want to change the voltage also, then we have to change the firing angle of the thyristor. Okay, so here output frequency F0 is 200 and input frequency is 50 hertz. So we can say that output frequency is greater than the input frequency. So this is the center tapped type step up cycloconverter with output frequency F0 is equal to 4Fi. Okay, now next is the bridge type cycloconverter with F0 is equal to 4Fi. Okay, so in this, look at this circuit. Okay, we have a bridge type cycloconverter here. This is the positive positive converter, this is the negative converter. Both are connected in anti-parallel. Okay, so here we assume that the same waveform, this is the positive half cycle, negative half cycle, and positive half cycle of input. Okay, so first we assume the positive half cycle. Okay, so during positive half cycle, at the instant of this starting of the positive half cycle, A terminal is positive and B terminal is negative. Okay, So as A becomes positive, anode of P1 is connected to positive terminal, whereas cathode of P3 is connected to positive terminal. So there is a possibility of becoming forward bias of this P1, and this P3 becomes reverse bias. Likewise, B is negative, so negative is connected to cathode of P4. That means P4 will be forward biased, and anode of P2 is connected to negative terminal, so this P2 becomes reverse biased. Okay, so during positive half cycle, P1 and P4 will become forward biased in positive converter. Okay, likewise in negative converter, what happens? A is positive, that means N4 becomes forward biased, and B is negative, that means N1 becomes forward biased. This N2 and N3 remains in reverse bias condition due to the polarity. Okay, so now during the positive half cycle, from starting of positive half cycle to T1, this time duration, we are triggering this P1 and P4 thyristor. Okay, so the path of current flowing through the load is from A to P1, P1 to load, load to P4, and P4 to B. That means current is flowing from this C terminal and to D. So current is flowing from C to D. This terminal, upper terminal is C, and this lower terminal is D. So current is flowing from C to D through the load, and this is the positive direction of current. So we are getting the positive output. So during time duration, starting at the 0 instant to T1 time duration, P1 and P4 thyristor remains on, and we are getting the positive output. Now at the T1 instant, we are making this P1 and P4 off by force commutation. Okay, and will give the triggering pulse to N1 and N4. So this N1 and N4 becomes on. Okay, so the current is flowing in which path? From A terminal to N4, N4 to D, D to load, load to C, C to N1, and N1 to B negative. Okay, so now in this condition, the current is flowing from D to C, from lower to upper. Okay, from D to C, that is the negative direction of current. So we are getting the negative output. So in time duration T1 to T2, the output is negative, and the thyristor remain on are N1 and N4. Now at T2 instant, we are making this N1 and N4 off by force commutation. At the same instance, once again we are triggering this P1 and P4. Okay, so once again this P1 and P4 becomes on, and current is flowing in this path A to P1, P1 to C, C to load, load to D, D to P4, and P4 to negative. So the current direction is positive, and we are getting the positive output. From T2 to T3 instant, P1 and P4 remain on, and we are getting the positive output. At this T3 instant, we are making P1 and P4 off by force commutation, and at the same instant we are making N1 and N4 on, or we are giving triggering pulse to N1 and N4. Okay, so N1 and N4 becomes on. So current is flowing in path A to N4, N4 to D, D to load, load to C, C to N1, and N1 to B, that is negative. Okay, so current is flowing from D to C. So this is the negative, so we are getting the negative output. So time duration T3 to the end of positive half cycle, we are getting the negative output, and the thyristor remain on are N1 and N4. Now second half cycle, that is the negative half cycle. So this is the starting of negative half cycle. So during negative half cycle, B becomes positive and A becomes negative. So B becomes positive. That means P2 will become forward biased, A is negative, that means P3 will become forward biased in positive converter. Okay, in negative converter, B is positive, that means N3 will become forward biased. A is negative means N2 will become forward biased in negative converter. Okay, so first of all we will trigger the positive converter thyristor, that is P2 and P3. So this P2 and P3 becomes on in which time duration? Starting of negative half cycle to T4 time duration. Okay, so the current flows from B to P2, P2 to C, C to load, load to D, D to P3 and P3 to A, that is negative. Okay, so in this condition current is flowing from C to D, that is the positive. So we are getting the positive output and the thyristor remain on our P2 and P3. Now at the T4 instant we are making P2 and P3 off by force commutation, and we are giving triggering pulse to which thyristor? N2 and N3. Okay, so it is N2 and N3 becomes on. So the direction of current flowing, that is B to N3, N3 to D, D to load, load to C, C to N2 and N2 to A, that is negative. So direction of current flowing from D to C, that is the negative direction of current. Okay, so we are getting the negative output. Okay, so during T4 to T5, this time duration we are getting the negative output, and thyristor remains on during this time duration, that is N3 and N2. Here N1 is written but it is not N1, it is N2 and N3 remains on. Okay, now at this T5 instant this N2 and N3 becomes off by force commutation, and at the same time P2 and P3 become on by giving triggering pulse. Okay, so once again P2 and P3 becomes on, that means current is flowing from B to P2, P2 to C, C to load, load to D, D to P3 and P3 to A, negative. So current is flowing from C to D, that is the positive. So we are getting the positive output. So during time duration T5 to T6, P2 and P3 remain on and we are getting the positive output. Now at the instant of T6, we are making P2 and P3 off by force commutation, and at the same time we are making N2 and N3 on by giving triggering pulse. Okay, so path of current positive B to N3, N3 to D, D to load, load to C, C to N2 and N2 to A, negative. So current is flowing from D to C, lower to upper, that is the negative. So we are getting the negative output. So time duration T6 to end of negative half cycle, thyristor remain on our N2 and N3 and we are getting the negative output. Okay, and afterward the cycle repeat, it continues. Okay, that positive half cycle, negative half cycle. So look at this waveform. In this waveform, this is the first half cycle of positive input. Okay, and during this positive input half cycle we are getting 1, 2, 3 and 4 waveform. Okay, first we get a positive output and then negative, then once again positive and once again negative. Okay, so the output frequency is 4 times of this input frequency from this waveform. Look at this waveform. In this output waveform, the frequency of output waveform is 4 times of this input waveform. Okay, so that's why here written is output frequency f0 is equal to 4 times fi. If input frequency is 50, then output frequency is 200 hertz. Okay, same if we want to change the voltage, we have to adjust the firing angle of the thyristor. Okay, so this is the bridge type cycloconverter. Okay, in center tapped we have 4 thyristor. In bridge type cycloconverter we have a 8 thyristor. Okay, now next is the application of the cycloconverter. So we can use this cycloconverter in electric traction, in which we have to adjust the frequency. Okay, So by using it, we can adjust the frequency in the electric traction system. CPRs, an aircraft in which variable speed constant frequency AC supply is required. Okay, so in CPRs and aircraft also we can use the cycloconverter in high power AC drive for speed control. Okay, in which high power AC drive, if we want to control the speed, so we can also control the speed using the cycloconverter. We are talking about the AC drive. Okay, in HVDC transmission system also cycloconverter is used by static var generation, VAR, reactive var generation. Okay, that is, for that we can also use it in induction heating also it is used, as well as converter. Then we discussed the centered transformer type step up cycloconverter in which output frequency is 4 times of input frequency. We also discussed the bridge type step up cycloconverter with output frequency is 4 times of input frequency. Then we discussed the applications of cycloconverter. Okay, so for today's lecture we will stop here.